Good afternoon, Nova Nation. It's WXVU Sports Director David Szczepanski coming to you from the WXVU studio, and it is time. Villanova versus St. Joe's, Wildcats versus Hawks at Hagan Arena tonight at 5 p.m. on Hawk Hill. Should be a really great game. Both of these two Philly Big 5 schools coming together. I'm sure they both have had this game circled on their calendar for some time. Villanova looking to get revenge on St. Joe's after the Hawks came to the Finn last year and won by 13 points. Villanova going to Hawk Hill this year to take on St. Joe's. And, Villanova coming off a very nice win on Friday against NJIT. They had a very busy week in their first week of non-conference play. They played on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They won on Monday to Lafayette. They also won on Friday against NJIT with a blowout win against the Highlanders on Friday. But they suffered a 10-point loss to Columbia on Wednesday, and that has a lot of people still concerned about this Villanova team heading in to the rest of non-conference play as well as the Big East season. And as for St. Joe's, they are 1-1, and there's also a lot of concern around the Hawks, right? They started out the season with a close win against Navy, and then they took on Central Connecticut State, and they lost that game to Central Connecticut State. Their top player, Eric Reynolds II, had just 5 points in that game. Reynolds II was named to the A10 preseason first team. So Reynolds II, really their top player, averaged more than 17 points per game last season, averaging 17 points per game this season in just the first two games, even though he scored just 5 points against Central Connecticut State the other day. Also, some big players for St. Joe's. Rasheer Fleming on the glass is averaging 10 rebounds per game this season. He's also averaging around 10 points per game. He had a nice season as well last year for St. Joe's. And right now, their top scorer is Xavier Brown when you look through the first two games of the season for St. Joe's. So those three players, they have a really good scoring trio. They rebound the ball pretty well. Last year, they averaged around 75, 76 points per game. Their defense did struggle at times, especially down the stretch, but their offense is really explosive, and Villanova saw that last year when they came to the Finneran Pavilion. As for the Wildcats, Eric Dixon, right, what is going to be his final game against St. Joe's in this Philly Big 5 matchup tonight, and I expect he's going to have a big performance, right? There's a lot of people that have said, they're concerned about Villanova. Is St. Joe's kind of taking over Philly Big 5 when you look at how well they did last year in the Philly Big 5 Classic, going on to win the tournament? So I think Eric Dixon is going to come out with a really nice performance tonight against St. Joe's, kind of quiet all the noise and give Villanova a victory. But the Wildcats, they'll have to be ready, especially defensively. That was their big problem against Columbia on Wednesday. They really couldn't get any stops. And St. Joe's, they know how this Villanova defense plays. Yes, there are some new transfers for Villanova, but you look, Jameer Brickus, Tyler Perkins, those two players coming from Philly Big 5 schools in LaSalle and Penn. So St. Joe's also kind of knows how they play heading into this game. So it's two teams who know each other really well, right? The rivalry is very strong on City Line Avenue, Lancaster Avenue. These two schools very close to one another. And both of these teams trying to get a win and kind of get back into positive vibes. Villanova coming into this game 2-1. They had a really nice blowout win on Friday. But after the loss, as I said earlier, to Columbia, a win tonight against St. Joe's will really kind of get everybody excited again about the season as they head into the rest of non-conference play. So again, tonight's game will begin at 5 p.m. at Hagan Arena. WXVU will not have live coverage, unfortunately, but I'll have live coverage on my social media throughout the afternoon, so stay tuned for my coverage there. I'll also have my preview game article coming out in just a little bit. But the Wildcats, like I said, 2-1, a big game tonight at Hagan Arena. Eric Dixon, Jameer Brickus, Tyler Perkins, Enoch Bawachi. I'm excited to see those players as well as the rest of the Wildcats team compete tonight against the Hawks in a big Philly Big 5 matchup. It's also Philly Big 5 Spirit Day. So as you can see, wear my Villanova shirt for student radio. So always supporting the Wildcats. So stay tuned for much more action on my social media. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy it. Wildcats, Hawks, 5 p.m. Nothing better. See you soon, everybody. Go Cats!